One of the tactics I see a lot of online business owners make, and specifically e-commerce business owners, is there's various tactics that they'll try when trying to grow their business, such as social media marketing, paid advertising, influencer marketing, SEO optimization, and all of those work in their own nuance. And some of them take longer time than others. But the one a lot of people rely on is discounting and promotions. And while that will provide some short-term value or short-term sales, I should say, the problem becomes it ends up being a crutch for the business and they rely on it over and over again. And so what you end up doing is training your customers or your future customers. That's all you do is discount. And people are savvy nowadays where they're going to shop. They're going to find out if you've got this widget and there's a comparable widget and yet yours is maybe less expensive, but it's just discounted. What's going to happen to you is you're going to have a lower profit margin, and that's going to hurt your business in the long term anyway. So that's the pattern I see as I'm now working with businesses that go to sell their assets. We're talking less than $5 million, but they've been relying so much on discounting the products just to get sales in the door that it hurts the profitability, which impacts their valuation. So when they go to sell their asset, they're not going to get as much as they would like to get or they think they're going to get. And that's just the reality of how business works and how the marketplace works is businesses are paid on a multiple of your valuation. And if you rely on the short-term tactic of discounting and promotion, it becomes a crutch, your margins end up getting squeezed over time. And owners, when they go to sell, are very frustrated with that point, but there's a lot of other issues that they get when they finally decide to sell is that they're kind of overwhelmed. They're frustrated with the tech issues. There's just so many balls in the air that they're managing. And had they not relied so much on the discounts and promotions, they would have had a bigger profit margin, which would have given them more money. And really, when you sell your asset at the end of the day, that's when you're going to make the lion's share of the money anyway. But the discounting is a tactic I see, and it just pains me to see when these businesses do this and they rely on it because they don't know anything else. And they try those other tactics and don't seem to work. And a lot of it comes down to they don't know what they don't know, which is unfortunate. But that being said, there's a whole power and mindset concept around discounting. There's a whole psychology. We all know that if you buy something for $1.99, it's less than $2. We have this perceived impression that it's significantly less than $2 or $10 or $100. Name the price, it doesn't matter. And that's why people choose those 99 or 97 as well. It's that little bit less than the top dollar because you'll never see things at a retail store or even typically even online at a full flat amount. And there's a reason for that. That's the psychology around it. But one of the things that people don't do, especially in e-commerce, is you can use discounts and promotions to get people in the door, but then you really have to use other tactics and other methodologies like subscription services or bundling products together. And you need to create a compelling story for your customers to come on back. And obviously you want to provide a good quality product to the marketplace because that will allow people to come back. However, when you routinely focus on just the discounting, it ends up hurting your brand. And again, if you have a plan for selling, which everybody should be thinking of doing at some point down the road, you don't want to devalue your brand. Another tactic that you can use is loyalty programs in addition to the bundling offers or subscriptions, because loyalty programs, people will gladly go back and buy something if they're going to get more points, which will eventually get them a discount on something. So that's another way to use discounts, but you have to incentivize people to make purchases today. If you've ever bought coffee at a famous brand, if you have the app on your phone, they're constantly sending you updates or even emails saying, hey, we have a new promotion to get you to come back in, but you have to meet so many criteria. You have to spend so much money. And then they give you a discount. But the whole point of that is they're getting you to come back and spend more, where a lot of online businesses just are not using that. So they get so hung up on the fear mentality. So around that, a lot of businesses are just not because it's so new, is they're not leveraging artificial intelligence. So what I'm going to do around the filming of this video, the time of this release, is I'm actually going to do a webinar to really dig deep into how you can leverage artificial intelligence to help with your pricing, to help with your marketing, to help with your promotion, but it all ties together. And that way you don't have to rely specifically on discounting, but it starts with knowing your customer. But then how do we do that effectively? Well, we can use artificial intelligence, and it's not new. It's been around for a couple of years, but it's really escalated its power here in the last few months. And it's only going to get stronger and stronger over time. So if that's something that you would like to learn about, there's no cost for this. Somewhere around this video or in the description, there'll be a link where you can go and register for this event. And I guarantee it'll be worth your time because you're going to learn some things and how you can leverage, again, artificial intelligence so you don't have to discount, which then won't devalue your brand. So if you do ever go to sell your business, which you should be having as a goal at some point, you're going to get the most money for it at the very end, which is what you really want to have. All right. Thanks.